really get on social media. I was on a social media break for about almost 8 months. And I recently got back on because, I started something that was very important to me, and I wanted to put myself back out there and, you know, just work on that for a while. And it was a relief. It was pretty good not being on, you know, um, social media for some time. But I'm back and I'm enjoying being back and, posting again. And I'm new to this. I don't do this, guys. Okay, so, anywho, um, but I was talking to the girls today, talking to someone I look up to who's very inspiring to me. And I called and got advice from her. And it's important to have people that support you, get that mentorship from, and that's someone that you can trust, who has the emotional capacity to understand and validate your feelings outside of, yourself and other people. So anyway, I want to keep. Okay, so let's hope that my camera doesn't fall anymore. But yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how I was feeling. It's not a full blown reversion. The hair's still gonna be straight. It's still gonna be smooth. You know, um, so you have to keep that in mind, especially when I hear, the girls say, "I love my curls. I love my hair. I don't need a, like I love my hair." It's an attachment. You're tied to the hair. It's a bond. It's sacred. I get it. We love curls. If you're not natural, I don't think, you can probably somewhere relate, or the girls who get there's my camera again, guys. Bear with me. um Hold on. All right, I think I got it. Never know. But anyway, yeah, when I hear you say I don't want to lose my curls, I love how my curls look, that's an indicator to me, the level of intensity and the lens. You have limits. The lengths of where you're willing to go when it comes to your hair. So it's not a bad thing, if the hair is reverting back after a smoothing treatment, after the keratin. Um, you know, if it's a relaxer, it's straight. The curls are gone. You'll never see them again. But anywho, because if your hair never reverts back, right? Um, that's when you should be worried. That's where that's where you need to understand, because that's where you're gonna see here, where you see like when the hair starts to grow in. This is where you will see like the new growth, just like with a relaxer. You'll see the new growth, but then you'll see the hair straight on the ends, right? Because it's been treated, it's been a physical change, it's a chemical change to the hair. And smoothing treatments, silk presses, Dominican blowouts, whatever your experience may be when it comes to curl reformation or a texture release, you have to understand, or at least try to compromise that there's a change to your curls. So you can't expect me to give you permanent straight hair, right? And keep your curls perfectly intact. I can ensure that we can keep it healthy and strong by doing treatments and, coming up with a regimen. But with repeated keratins back to back, repeated heat, there's going to be some type of difference. It's not going to be the same. So you can't have both. There's a sacrifice. There's a sacrifice and there's a compromise when it comes to your curls. And that's why you have some women who they don't even want to bother with trying anything new. They're very cautious. They're super cautious because they love their hair. They're attached to it. And you have to choose your priority. Do you really want to keep your curls strong and healthy, or do you want your hair, super straight, you know, humidity proof or sweat proof? Then you're kind of looking at a relaxer at this point, because yeah. So, yeah. So, if you want to protect your hair, you have to look into, protective styles, braids, maybe not back to back, or two strand twist, and you know, um, you know, not so much neglecting your hair. Protection means that you're taking care of it. So yes, you have to choose your battles. And I was telling my girls all the time when they're getting braids or they're deciding to get braids, prep your hair for braids. Get your moisturizing treatments. Get your protein. Don't keep it in more than 6 weeks. Like, take it out. Take care of it. Give your scalp a break. Give your hair a break. You want to go and cleanse it and treat it and do your treatments and, take care of the hair. So, you just cannot make permanent decisions based on your hair or what you want emotionally at that time, or what you picture at that time. It's a temporary feeling. You can't do that with your hair. You showing a picture, I want my hair like this, that person in a picture has a totally different texture, totally different experience, totally different lifestyle than you may have. So the goals may be different. That's why it's catered to, your style and your lifestyle and your hair texture and your routine. That's why we talk with you guys, and we have thorough consultations, and then sometimes we won't even see you until next year. Now we gotta come up with a whole new regimen. So that's a whole nother conversation. We're talking texture and smoothing treatments and keratins and relaxers, right? So like, I get it. When you get your smoothing treatments, when you get your keratins, your blowouts, your Dominican blowout, your relaxer, you want it to be straight. Well, we taking relaxers out of it for now. You want the smoothing treatments to be straight. You don't want no reversion. And it's inedible, especially in the area that you're in. Like, I'm in Florida. It's inedible. And there's after home care. Sulfate-free shampoos, moisturizing shampoo, heat protectant, anti-humidity products, of all goes into your investment, because smoothing treatments is an investment. It's a high investment when it comes to your curls. So that aftercare is essential. You don't want some drugstore product. And I get it, budget. But take the time to invest or set some money aside to invest in yourself, to get quality things. You want quality hair, you have to invest in quality products and invest in quality time, right? So, because the truth is this, texture hair is maintenance. It's high maintenance, and it matters. Heat matters. Humidity matters. The aftercare matters. All that matters. That's why you have consultation. But you need to really think about what you're sacrificing and what you really want to get into when it comes to your hair. But don't expect bone straight. Don't expect no reversion. And I believe the conversation has already been had. You want that. You want it to come back. You want your curls to come back when you get in in the shower, or you go back to the salon and there's that anxiety. My God, my curl is gonna be okay. you want that reversion. Even if it's a teeny weeny poofiness, a little whatever. You want that. You want that. If you want a full texture release, then you need to look into a relaxer, or you need to look into becoming a natural straight, because you have some girls who they understand the program. They're consistent with it because they don't want the chemical. They'll go with the keratin. They'll get the keratin. They keep up with it because they like it. But what happens over time? You'll see that line of demarcation. You'll see it. And it's the curls are gone. You'll never see them again. You cut it off and you start over. So that's pretty much all I have, and that's all I have to say. I'm here if you want to reach out, if you have questions or concerns. I don't get on here much, and I just wanted to talk on that because it was on my mind, and there's a lot of things that I feel that cosmetologists really want to say, but they don't say, especially if they're empathetic and they're humble and they value and respect themselves, and they're just not getting on the internet to just be like, well, no, you're not gonna get that out of me. You're not gonna make me spiral. You can just get on. We're not a good fit. I'm sorry. So it is what it is, so just communicate, and really think about what you want for your hair. And yeah, so, just that's pretty much what I have to know. Just know that healthy hair is an investment. It's a consistent investment. Just like your nails, just like you going to the doctor, just like your makeup, just like your lawyer, just like anything. There's no debate. It's not up for negotiation. Okay? So if you're a curly girl who wants smoother, manageable hair, I got you. But if you're looking for bone straight, permanent hair, then relaxer is what it's gonna be. And I get it, being curly girl, it's not easy. It's a lot of time, and it's a lot of women who just don't know what to do. And that's understandable too, but we're here to help you. We're here to help in the best of our capacity to help, to figure out what best fits you. So the journeys are different. Each person scenario is different based on their hair type, and sometimes it has to be revised and updated. You have to remember that too. So yeah, that's all I have. Thanks for listening, and let's chat another time. Maybe I'll get back on here and chat with you guys again. But that's all I have for today. And yeah.